Did you know chainsaws were once used in childbirth? Yes, you heard that right. The tool we associate with lumberjacks and horror movies had its origins in the medical field. Let's dive deep into the history of this fascinating and somewhat terrifying tool. The story begins in the late 18th century. Two Scottish doctors, John Aitken and James Jeffray, invented the chainsaw, or as they called it, the osteotomy. They designed it to cut through bone quickly and neatly for procedures like amputations. But it was a far cry from the tool we know today. It was a small, hand-cranked instrument that looked more like a modern kitchen knife with little teeth on a chain. Fast forward to the 19th century, and the chainsaw found a new use in a procedure known as symphysiotomy. This was a surgical operation used in childbirth when a cesarean section wasn't possible or practical. The operation involved widening a woman's pelvis to allow for the baby's passage. And yes, the chainsaw was the tool of choice for this procedure. Symphysiotomy was a controversial procedure, to say the least. It was painful, had a long recovery period, and could cause lifelong complications for the mother. But in a time when C-sections carried a high risk of infection and death, it was seen as a necessary evil. Around the mid-19th century, an enterprising German orthopedist named Bernhard Heine saw the potential of the chainsaw in his field. He developed a new version of the tool, which he called the bone chainsaw. This was a significant step towards the chainsaw we know today. It was still hand-cranked, but had a flexible chain and could cut through bone like butter. Fast forward to the 20th century, and the chainsaw had evolved significantly. Chainsaws became motorized, increasing their efficiency and widening their use. They moved out of the operating room and into the forest, becoming an essential tool for loggers. And what about the chainsaw's use in childbirth? Thankfully, by the mid-20th century, the development of antibiotics and improvements in surgical techniques made cesarean sections safer. Symphysiotomy and the use of chainsaws in childbirth became a thing of the past. So, there you have it. The chainsaw, a tool we associate with burly lumberjacks and horror films, started its life in the delicate world of surgery. Its history is a testament to human ingenuity and adaptability. Even if some of its uses may seem horrifying to us today, it's a reminder that even the most familiar objects have a backstory that can surprise and shock us. And it's a reminder that progress, even when it's painful, is a constant in human history.